Hi, welcome to my first baking video. Today I'd like to tell you about a brand new product from Pampered Chef. Actually a couple that we have here. First of all, we have the layer cake pan set, and I'm going to show you how to make one of those fancy ombre cakes. It's Audrey's birthday week. She was at camp a couple days ago. I missed her birthday, but I'm going to make her a pink ombre cake to celebrate when she gets home from camp tomorrow. And so this is the layer cake pan set. It comes with 4 pans, and then inside, I don't know if you can see that very well, but there is a little fill line that we're going to fill the batter. And I'm going to take a regular white cake mix and add my food coloring to that, and each time I pour it in, I'm going to add a little bit more food coloring so that I have kind of a graduated color when I finish. So that's the cake pan set, and then we also have a brand new cake decorating set. And I love how they give you the little guides with all the products. And so it's called the decorating bag set. Comes with 2 bags and 3 small tips and 3 large tips, and then it also has a filling tip. So we've got these 3 small ones, and then a filling one if you want to fill your cupcakes, and the coupler and the ring for those. And then I really like the large ones. So I'm going to be experimenting with the star of the large one to do some rosettes on the top of my cake. It comes in a really nice little carrying case. 2 Twix-It clips, which I'll show you later, with the bags. And here are the bags. So when you go to wash these in the dishwasher, you're going to turn them inside out, and then you're going to put one of the loops over the tines in the dishwasher. So, and these are really nice silicone. So I'm going to show you how to put that in. So I'm going to take the smaller coupler and ring and put that down in. And then I'm going to pick whichever tip I want to experiment with. And then I'm just going to tighten. And then it's all ready for frosting. And the larger one the same way, but I will show you kind of the difference here. So with the larger coupler, you can do a lot more roses quickly because you can cover a little bit more surface area. And I love about these products is that anyone can be a baker. You don't have to take professional lessons. And I'm looking forward to doing my own cake decorating workshop. So stay tuned for when that happens. Just pick your tip, and then you're ready to go. So I'm going to get some cake mix ready to go, fill my pans, bake my cakes, and then come back and show you with the frosting what happens next. So thanks, and we'll see you soon. Okay, the next step we need to do is to grease our pans. And what I like to do is put a sandwich bag or a piece of plastic wrap over my hand, kind of like a glove. And then I put a little bit of Crisco on my hand and grease each pan thoroughly. And we definitely want to make sure that each one comes out really nice for us. After you've greased each pan really good, then you want to sprinkle a little bit of flour in the first one. And then I just kind of tap. I want to get all my sides really good. And then when I'm done with that one, I dump the flour into the next one so I don't waste any. And it should look something like that. A little bit of excess in the corner. If you put your grease on too thick, then sometimes you get a little bit in the corner. Okay, so I go through each one and do the greasing and flouring. And then my last one, I just kind of tap the excess into the garbage can. So then I have all 4 pans ready to fill my cake batter. Okay, we're ready with color number 1, and I'm just going to fill this to the fill line. And we've got light pink. There you go. And we'll add a little bit more color to that. Cake number 2. A little bit darker pink. Cake number 3. A little dark pink. And last but not least, our 4th cake, the brightest pink one. Get all of that yummy cake out of there. And I use the Wilton rose color. You want to use a toothpick, and you don't want to reuse the toothpick. So every time you put the toothpick in there, you have to throw it away. That way you'll keep your icing colors longer. So, and then it's all ready to go in the oven. Now it's frosting time. We're ready to mix up some frosting for our cake. We've got 2 sticks of softened butter, some Crisco, and a teaspoon of clear vanilla extract and a teaspoon of clear butter extract. And then I'm going to add 2 pounds of powdered sugar. This is a tried and true Wilton buttercream recipe that I've been using for about 11 years, as long as my kids have had birthdays. So I'm going to put this in my mixer and add my powdered sugar, and then we'll add some color to it. Frosting looks nice and fluffy, and now I'm going to add a little bit of pink food coloring again to get it to the color that I want for my cake. Our cakes are all out of the oven. As you can see, they're all nice different shades of pink, and we're going to just flip those out onto our cooling rack and see how nicely they're coming out. And of course that's because we greased them and floured them really well. And then I'm just going to let these cool here for just a few minutes. While we're waiting for our cakes to cool, we're going to do a little bit of frosting practice. So I'm going to take my larger bag, and we're going to just take it and put it in the measure-all cup, because this kind of gives us some support as we're filling the bag. So just open that up and scoop our frosting down in. Start pulling it up as we fill it up. Okay. And then we're going to pull it out of here. And twist it. And we're going to take one of our Twix-It clips and put it over the twisted part, and that's going to help relieve some of the tension that you have to keep holding to keep it closed. So then we're going to practice a little bit on the wax paper. Got to get some of that air out of there. And hold it and swirl. Got a little rose there. If you're not happy with it, you can always keep practicing. Some people do it from the outside in, some people do it from the inside out. But if you're going to do one or the other, just kind of keep it consistent on your cake. If I want to switch out my tip, I don't have to change the frosting on my bag. Just undo the ring, pull this off, and let's say I want to use the open hole tip. Just put that on there, tighten, and it's all ready to go. And I can squish my Twix-It clip down to kind of smooth out the air. I think I need to twist that again. Oops. Twix-It clip on there. And do dots, get to swirl, whatever you want to do. Now we're going to take the bottom layer, which is our darkest one, and you can level it off, but since these are small cakes, I'm going to see how we do without doing that. So, and the next one down. And the next one. You're going to get a little bit more frosting in the sides too when you go on the cake. Okay. Now to add some frosting to the top and the sides. And this part you might want to add a little bit of water to kind of thin it down. And you only need a thin coat at this time for your crumb coat. And it's okay if you make a mess. That's the beauty of it. We'll clean it up. Make it all pretty. Now we're almost done with our crumb coat, and I have been dipping this in a little bit of warm water in my measure-all cup just to get a nice smooth finish. And if you see the cake through it, that's good, because you don't want it to be so thick that you're eating all the frosting, but this is going to be your nice crumb coat. Smooth it a little bit more. And then you'll get a little bit of frosting in the in between the layers too, as you kind of smooth it this last part if there's some places that didn't get quite as much. Okay, we're going to start adding roses now to our cake, and I'm going to try to visualize 3 rows so that I get the kind of the right size, so I can create my roses to fill my cake. I'm going to make them overlap just a little, and then go all the way around my cake. Now we're working on the second layer here, second row of roses. So at the top, I'm trying to get that last rose to kind of meet the top of the cake as much as I can. And obviously it doesn't have to be perfect. That's why it's Pampered Chef, not Perfect Chef. As long as you bake a lot of love into your cake, it'll be beautiful no matter what. Here's the finished product. I'm really excited about my new ombre cake. And the top, I made it flat because, oops, I ran out of frosting. But that's okay, because it still looks pretty. This was my first cake with all the rosettes on it like this. It was super simple, but you can do different kinds of tips on the side, or do a gender reveal cake or a surprise cake with M&Ms inside, or different layers of chocolate. You can just have fun experimenting. And then when we sing to the birthday girl, I'll show you what the inside looks like too. So thanks.